Good morning friends. Today we are going to discuss about functions of management. If you see the functions of management, there are different functions mentioned by the management scientists. If you see that basic functions of management, there are 5 types of functions. They are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Even if you see this diagram also, they are systematically arranged. So it means functions of management is a process. It is a cycling process. One function follows by another one in a systematic way, and it is a continuous process. After planning, organizing, staffing and directing, we are ending with control. The matter doesn't ends there only. Again it goes to the planning. So it is a continuous process. That is why we will call functions of management is a process. So now we will see one function and one function. What are the basic functions, and as a manager, what is the importance of each function? How to use each function in an efficient managing of a organization or a company. First of all, what are the uses of functions of management? Functions of management, it makes a framework to the manager to know the objectives and missions of a group or a organization or a enterprise, to get more efficiently working, to get more profit, to motivate the workers, to motivate the employees, to enhance the more coordination. Not only that, it also gives to make goals, to put goals, and also to make objectives, and to have a good mission. To achieve all these goals and missions, what is the process, what activities a manager should do? These are the answers being provided by the functions of management. Now we will start with a planning process. So each and example we will see with an establishment of a unit called fruit industry. Suppose I am going to, or you are going to establish a fruit industry. How these 5 functions will be useful in establishing and running a fruit industry? In that fruit industry we are going to produce the juice, fruit juices. In establishing that fruit industry and producing fruit juices, how these 5 functions are going to help in establishing as well as running that organization? First we start with planning. Planning, it gives a mission and helps the manager to frame objectives. After framing the objectives, so that if you take that fruit industry, suppose in Chevella I want to establish a fruit industry. In planning process, I have to make a survey that which are the fruit crops are available here, what is the availability of labor, what is the availability of consumer bulk, so what is the market area. I have to plan before starting a fruit industry. Planning varies from level to level, type, time and also location. In my planning, while establishing a fruit industry in Chevella, I should think that whether fruits are available here or not, and what is the geographical area, and in which season which fruit crops are available. I have to plan in that way. And Chevella is very nearer to city. If any place nearer to city, availability of labor would be a difficult problem. If I establish an industry here, whether labor will be available or not, so all these activities I have to plan well in advance. So that is the planning. If you see next activity, that is organizing. Organizing means, in simple way, that is grouping of jobs. In an industry or in enterprises, we can classify the jobs into different subgroups. Even if you say the fruit industry, suppose I am going to produce a mango pulp industry, I am going to produce mango juice. You can divide all works into sub-works, that is procurement of mangoes from the farmers, that is one group, that is one job. After procuring mangoes from the farmers, transporting from the farm to the company. After transporting, I have to store them, that is another job. After storing, I have to process them. After processing, I have to cut it down. After cutting, I have to process it, producing fruit juice. again packing, preservation. So who is going to work in preservation, who is going to work in transportation, cutting. Organizing means we are grouping the jobs. In organizing, you have to coordinate with a great care, because all activity and each activity is interrelated and interrelated with another activity. If there is no good transport facility, there won't be good processing. So each and every activity is interrelated and intercorrelated. So in organizing, coordination is must and should process. In big companies, they will make a organizational chart. So who should do which work at what time, and which activity should be followed by next activity. Some big companies, they also follow a chart, but too much charting, too much planning also is not good, because a planning should be flexible also. Today I want to bring 10 loads of mangoes from the farmer's field to the company, that processing industry, but because of heavy rain I was unable to bring those mangoes to the industry, because if you prepare a too much chart also, it would be difficult for me. So it should be, there should be some flexibility also. And in also organizing, you have to make a organizing activity based on product, place and customer. The same organization chart which I am preparing for mango may not be useful for the sapota, because mango can be preserved for 10 to 15 days also, but sapota you cannot preserve for 15 to 20 days after getting maturity. So it depends on product to product and place to place also. The same organization plan which I am prepared for Chevella locality, I cannot implement it in the Madanapalli area, because environment is different, availability, geographical conditions are different. So organization differs from product, place and customer. If you see the next activity, that is staffing. In staffing, the major components which includes are job analysis, human resources planning. So after planning and organizing, recruiting the people is another important work. In staffing, job analysis, human resources planning, recruitment, training, executive development, motivation activity, how much salary I am going to give for each and every employee, and how to motivate them, and finally how to coordinate these all activities includes in staffing activity. That is why this is also called as human resource management. Which one we will call human resource management? Very good. So staffing is also called as human resource management. And if you see next two activities, what is next activity? Directing. Directing we can also call it as leading. So in directing, there are two important components. So I established a fruit industry, I organized the jobs, grouping of jobs is over, recruitment of employee over, that is job analysis and human resource process is over. After that, we have to guide them in a proper manner. We have to lead them in a proper direction. That is why this process is called direction. In direction, there are two important words are there. One is motivation, another one is commanding, and another one, these are the two important words. By motivating your employees, by motivating your personnel at different levels, what is the use of motivation means? You are going to explore the maximum potentiality of the each and every employee. If I am motivating means you study hard. It means I am making you to get more marks, I am making you to explore yourselves at the maximum. It means by motivating, you can explore the highest potentiality of any employee. And another activity, commanding. After I am motivating you, I should be in a position to guide you and command you. This commanding also useful in mixing of different activities. How means? In this same fruit industry, I am producing mango juice, I am producing sapota juice. So I have to coordinate both the production activities. Sometimes workers from the mango pulp industry, mango unit 2, they may need to go to the sapota juice production. So I am mixing here some. I am mixing the activities. So I have to coordinate by transferring employees from one unit to another unit, work in the mango production should not be affected. So, I have to coordinate it in such a manner that total efficiency should not go down. So, that comes under directing. So, ultimately after performing all these functions, you have to fulfill this controlling activity also. Controlling consists of mostly two activities, that is performance. After planning all these activities, how is the result? I am seeing the performance. What is the transport performance, preservation performance, marketing performance. So, performance, I am going to evaluate the performance of each and every group, subgroup, employee. So, how I evaluate the performance, how I measure the performance? In the planning itself, I put some objectives, I put a mission. This much profit I am going to earn, and in the next coming days I want to expand in the other areas. So, there are objectives are there are missions are there. Here you are going to see performance. You have to compare your performance with your mission and objectives, so that whether you are in a good position or not, or there are any gaps with your as per your plan. If there are any gaps, you have to overcome with, again, because this is continuous process. You are in here this stage now. If any gaps are there, again you have to go for planning with a effective planning process. Understand? So, these are the 5 components in the functions.